Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I am surprised this video right here has not went super viral, because it is very rare to see somebody get absolutely crushed in a debate like this, as Piers Morgan interviews a radical vegan who has been protesting in the name of animal rights and trying to quote unquote save the planet, right? And Piers Morgan absolutely dismantles this vegan and her arguments here in the most hilarious way possible. He's going to embarrass this vegan extremist and then eat a Big Mac in front of her face in celebration. Now, before I get into this, I just want to say that I am an avid meat eater, okay? I will never, ever give up eating meat. And in this video, I'll probably talk more about how I love eating meat, right? And how I don't care if it does save the planet. I am never, ever giving it up, okay? But I'm not convinced that stopping eating meat is going to save the planet. But nonetheless, I want to react to this. But before I react to this, I just want to let you guys know, if you like my channel, you want to support my channel, you can check out my merch, my donkeypox shirts, the disease that is affecting America, or my hashtag no days off / hard work patriotic t-shirts, or my MAGA Hub shirts. There's plenty of cool merch you can check out at my website, gforemanbcp.com. Get 20% off using discount code gforemanbcp. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll this clip.
Well, hungry vegans targeted Big Ben today, spraying white paint outside the House of Parliament ahead of Liz Truss's first Prime Minister's questions. The Animal Rebellion Protest group says the white paint symbolises milk and was intended to represent the destruction of the dairy industry. Also represents, of course, petulant vandalism and the destruction of a historic building.
Ain't it crazy how every single time these woke activists don't get their way, they resort to vandalism and committing crimes? We could stop all this if government stopped capitulating to these people, right? And being afraid to arrest them for committing crimes and just arrest them and throw them in jail, right? That would stop all these woke protesters going out here breaking the law. It's one thing just to protest and to say, hey, we're against police brutality or whatever, right? Or we are against, the meat industry or whatever, right? It's another to say we're against it and then to say we're going to just vandalize public property because of it. Again, it's only happening because it's allowed to happen. But again, the pattern is the same all over the world when it comes to woke protesting.
Fourth day of action from the group have also cleared milk from the shelves of supermarkets in 4 different cities. They say they're aiming to force Liz Truss to the negotiating table, but are they in fact just annoying the hell out of all of us? Well, joining me now is a spokesman for Animal Rebellion, Orla Coughlin, who was at the protest at Big Ben earlier today. Good evening to you.
Thanks so much for having me.
Why would chucking paint all over Big Ben persuade someone like me to give up meat?
Yeah, so as you and your viewers probably know, we're in a climate and ecological emergency at the moment. And so what we're doing is we're asking the government to support farmers and fishing communities in a transition to a plant-based food system, because we know that animal agriculture is a leading cause of the climate crisis. And so if we transition to a plant-based food system, we can free up vast amount of land in the UK, we can rewild and we can draw carbon down.
Okay, look, that's all fine. That wasn't my question. My question is, why does chucking paint over Big Ben, why does desecrating Trafalgar Square with red dye, chucking milk around Harrods, destroying supermarket shelves and so on, how does that persuade me, who already likes eating meat? Why are you going to persuade me by being a vandal?
Yeah, again, this is the same question I have for the BLM activists, right? How is protesting and vandalism, rioting, going to convince me to care about so-called black lives that are lost at the hands of police? How is it going to convince me to do that, right? How is vandalism going to convince me to care about this stuff? If anything, it's actually going to make me care about it even less, right? That's most likely what's going to happen here. But we all know the answer to that question, because it's not about trying to convince people that your ideas are better, right? It's about trying to force people into what you see as the right way of life, okay? It's about left-wing authoritarianism. That's exactly what it's about.
Don't get it.
Yeah, I think we're in an incredibly difficult position at the moment, because we've been...
Why are you making it any easier?
because we've been trying to talk about these things now for a very long time. And so we're at a point where we need to escalate protest so we can gain more media attention on the subject. And
I don't know anyone you've persuaded. I haven't heard anyone go, you know what, I was a meat eater and I saw Big Ben being desecrated, this great monument of this country, and I thought, I know what I'll do. I'm going to go and give up meat and start eating gruel.
Yeah, right. Same thing for the BLM protesters. Okay. Oh my God. I saw the BLM riots. I saw people destroying small businesses, looting. So therefore, I am now going to actively be against police, right? I'm going to try to destroy the so-called systemic racism in this country because I saw people looting and rioting in the streets. I think what is happening is most people are seeing that and saying, you know what, I'm actually more pro-police, right? I want police to crack down on these people even more. Okay, because a lot of these people have proven to be criminals. They have criminal intent, right? They're not for law and order. They're actually just for cause as much chaos as possible, right? They're for anarchy. Okay, they want to destroy everything that we know and love about this country. That's what a lot of people realize, right, from BLM protests. They haven't come to the side of, oh, well, you know, we need to weed out the corruption in the police department and fight the systemic racism. No, they haven't really come to that side, right, of the aisle. They're actually going the opposite way because of the violent methods that these people have used to try to prove their point.
I haven't heard a single human being say that. Why would they?
I think the purpose of protests is not necessarily to win over people. It's to bring these,
to annoy us?
To bring these important conversations to the table.
Yeah, but we know the conversation. You're a vegan, right? I'm a meat eater. Why can't we just both live happily in each other's orbit? Why can't you let me just get on with eating meat and you eat your gruel and we'll all go home happy?
Facts. So that's what I'm going to do regardless, Nick. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat my meat, okay? And y'all can complain about it, right? I'm going to tell you guys, I am almost a carnivore, okay? I'm an omnivore. I eat plenty of, fruits and vegetables as well too. But I tell you, I get paranoid when I don't have a lot of meat, right? When my freezer doesn't have a lot of meat, I get paranoid, okay? I'm a meat hoarder, okay? I love meat, right? I will never give it up, never, okay? I feel, right, the same way about meat that some of these people that are really like hardcore about guns feel about guns. They're like, you know what, you got to kill me, right? If you want to take my guns, you got to kill me, okay? I'm almost like that as well too when it comes to the Second Amendment, but I am really like that when it comes to meat, okay? I can't imagine life without meat, right? So again, if you want to take my meat, you're going to have to kill me, bro. Because some way, somehow, I'm going to find a way to eat meat. I'm just saying. That's how I feel about it. And so let me just live in peace. I don't care if it saves the planet. I don't care. I'm going to eat it.
Because we know animal farming and fishing are a leading cause of the climate crisis.
And we know having a strictly vegan diet is bad for you as well.
Well, that's not true.
A lot of science.
No, it is true. It's actually true because a vegan diet, you're exposing yourself to having a lack of vitamin B12 in particular, which you need, and omega-3 fatty acids, which you also need, okay? Things that you have to supplement because you're not going to be able to get those things from a strictly vegan diet. And she knows that. She's probably supplementing with B12, right? Unless she's eating meat on the side, which she probably is. But I'm just saying, these people, these vegans that act like this diet is perfect. That's exactly what humans should have been doing for all of history, or what they have been doing for all of history. It's just not true, right? Humans have been eating meat for all of history and vegetables as well too, because that is the optimal human diet. So that's the thing, man. Anybody that try to tell you to be an extremist on anything, you should always be skeptical, man. The world is about balance, right? Nothing is black or white. No side is completely right and no side is completely wrong. There's always balance, right? And that's especially applies to this issue of, diet, okay? There's no one perfect diet, but probably the best diet is to get a little bit of everything, okay? Including meat, fruits and vegetables, okay? Again, I apply this to the keto people as well too. It's like, no, you just got to eat steak and eggs all day. And it's like, no. You need vegetables, bruh. You need fruits. You need a little bit of everything.
It says it's bad for you.
That's not true.
It is true.
Oh,
what do you eat?
I eat.
Do you eat almonds? Do you drink almond milk? Eat almonds?
I think you're digressing from the
I'm just asking a question.
the big issue.
I'm just curious what you eat. Do you eat almonds?
I'm here to talk about the climate crisis.
Answer my question. Do you eat almonds or drink almond milk?
30 million people in Pakistan.
Do you drink almond milk?
Have been affected
Do you
by
drink almond milk?
severe floods.
Do you drink almond milk?
I drink plant-based milk.
You do. You do. And do
Yeah, so he's asking about almond milk because if you guys didn't know, allegedly, almonds, right, it takes a whole lot of water. One common estimate is 1.1 gallon of water to produce just one almond. You know how small an almond is, guys? This small of an almond, it takes 1.1 gallons of water to produce that. That's a commonly cited statistic. Now, some other stuff I've been reading and been saying, you know, it takes more or less, blah, 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 whatever, right? But I'm just saying, the point is that what he's saying is that, look, in order to eat almonds, okay, and to, you know, have this plant-based diet in which, you know, in order to get the protein that you need, right, and the fats that you need, you're going to have to eat nuts. You have to eat a whole lot of nuts, right? That requires a whole lot of water, okay? And by some estimates, it requires just as much, if not more water than it requires to grow and produce meat, right? So, again, the reason why she's avoiding that, she doesn't really want to answer that question because she knows that that's a hole in her argument, right? The argument about, well, you know, beef in the beef industry, there's a whole lot of water consumption, right? You're taking up a whole lot of water, okay? But you can apply the same thing, the same argument to nuts, specifically almonds, right? So she doesn't want to answer the question because she knows that, you know, that's a flaw in her argument.
you eat avocados?
I eat a plant-based diet.
Do you eat avocados?
We're asking the government.
Do you eat avocados?
Same thing here. Excess water. A whole lot of water is required to grow these plants, okay?
Yes?
A leading study from...
Do you? It's an interview. You don't just answer different questions.
Yeah, she be eating avocado. She be eating avocado, toast, and eggs every day, bruh. Like, that's exactly what she be doing, bruh. I'm just saying, if I had to guess, if I was a betting man.
Do you eat avocados?
I eat a plant-based diet, which
Do
is...
you eat avocados?
Yes.
Yes, you do. Great. Do you know how avocados and almonds get made?
Absolutely.
You do.
Yes.
So you realise that in California, every year, for 6 weeks, they fly in billions of bees to create your almonds and avocados. And in that process, several billion bees get murdered. This is a bee. Right? That's a bee. That, last time I checked, is a living animal. Billions get slaughtered so that you, sitting here, pontificating in between smashing up our buildings so that you can have your almonds and your avocado. And I say to you, why don't you care about the little guys?
Yeah, facts. Bees' lives matter, right? Because again, a part of the argument for why you should go vegan is that you're killing the animals. As if they don't get killed out in the wild. I'm talking about like absolutely slaughtered, right? I'm talking the most inhumane way possible. I mean, have you ever seen some of these videos, right, of some of these, you know, tigers and bears eating some of these animals out here in the wild, bruh? They be snatching and ripping them up. I don't think those deaths are painless, right? I don't think those deaths are quick. I think those deaths are excruciating and very, very, very painful, okay? But the vegans have nothing to say about that. They only have something to say about the fact that, yes, we do mass produce and kill animals to eat meat, but we kill them in ways that are much more humane than the most likely ways they would die out in the wild. I'm just saying. But again, what about the bees, right? What about the bees?
Can I say that the...
It's total hypocrisy, isn't it? You don't care about bees being murdered?
Will you let me speak, Piers?
Huh?
Will you let me speak?
Why are you laughing? It's not funny.
I'd like to respond.
Bees getting slaughtered and you giggling away like it doesn't matter whilst destroying buildings because you care so much about animals. You don't care about the little guys, do you?
I'm laughing because I'd like to answer your question. And I've been brought on the show to answer your question, so I'd really appreciate being allowed.
You're never going to persuade me because I think you're a hypocrite, like a lot of vegans I've met. You can all be as hangry as you like and not have meat. I don't believe in the science of a strictly vegan diet. If vegan diets worked, a lot of animals wouldn't eat other animals.
Do you believe in the climate crisis?
Yes.
Well, the animal agriculture, farming and fishing is a leading cause of the climate crisis.
You know what's also a leading cause of climate crisis? Planes which carry vast amounts of your avocados and your almonds from California and fly them thousands of miles to your table here in your vegan cafes. And then they also go in trucks And that is an environmental hazard too. So you're not only are you killing billions of bees, you're destroying the planet. And yet you have the brass neck to sit here in between munching your almonds and your avocados and start preaching to me about how virtuous you are about not killing animals and saving the planet. I'm like, hang on, you're destroying the planet and you're killing billions of bees. I don't get it.
Can I respond?
And you're wrecking Big Ben.
Can I respond?
And Trafalgar Square, and you're breaking up Harrods.
I hear that you're very frustrated.
No, I just find it such absurd, hypocritical nonsense. I honestly do.
I would really like to respond to that.
Go on then.
So a leading study from Oxford, which is the most comprehensive study on food and the climate that has ever been done before, has said that animal products, that's farming, animals and fishing, is the leading cause.
Is a bee an animal?
I'm not finished, sorry. It surpasses...
Actually, Ola, is a bee an animal?
It surpasses...
Is a bee an animal?
Piers,
Is a bee an animal?
It surpasses all...
Ola, is a bee...
plant-based options.
Is one of these things an animal?
Of course a bee is an animal.
If a bee is an animal, why are you slaughtering them?
Why are you not talking about the most important issue that is facing our planet today?
Because it's rank hypocrisy,
isn't it? Hypocrisy.
I meet so many vegans who devour avocados and almonds and don't seem to realise it involves the slaughter of billions of bees.
Both almonds and avocados are less damaging to the planet.
Oh, they're less damaging. And what about how they get flown here from California? What about how they get trucked across Europe?
That study in Oxford, that is exactly what it is about.
No, anyway, look, I'm starving and you're not going to persuade me. And my response to you destroying all these things is to have a Big Mac. Because you know what? It's a free country, it's a democracy, and I'm allowed to eat meat, and I'm certainly allowed to eat meat when someone who kills bees to feed their avocado habit minds.
What we're asking is for the government to support farmers.
Okay, I wish he would have let her cite her study from Oxford, because I think she was going to go into how, animal agriculture is the leading cause of, CO2 emissions or whatever into the atmosphere, which, again, there's numerous studies on this stuff. That's not necessarily a concrete fact or statement, right? I think the estimates I've seen, the most common one is like 15%, okay? It varies between 10 to like 25%. The most common one I've seen is like, 15%. But regardless, even if that goes to zero, right, you're still not stopping the climate crisis, right? Which at the end of the day, again, what his point is that what you're doing in regards to protesting and vandalizing for people to stop eating meat is not justified, right? You shouldn't vandalize and destroy things because you can't get your way, because you think that you're fighting to save the planet, when the reality is, even if you got what you wanted, you wouldn't save the planet, right? You just wouldn't, okay? So, look, man, I just found that exchange to be fascinating there, and I thought it was absolutely savage that Piers Morgan decided to eat a Big Mac in front of this woman's face. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.